Hello, good day everyone, and welcome again to our blog or my blog. So greetings everyone. So right now I'm just gonna show you the video that I took during my during my shift on my work, making watches during the cargo operation in Taiwan. So right now we're doing the what's so-called pump room check. Now, pump room check, we always do this as about every hour during discharge operations, but there are some cases that we also do a pump room check every during loading operations. Mostly, pump room check is just very important on the discharging operations. I don't know about the loading operations, but there are some, let's just say that there are some our chief officer sometimes requires it. So it solely depends on the chief officer's decision if we will if we will check the pump room during loading operations. But mostly we only do this as a cargo watchman during discharge operations. Now for everybody's of course, I'm just gonna go for an introduction. Now for everybody's concern, the pump room is the pump room part or the pump room area in an oil tanker ship serves several important purposes related to loading, unloading, and transfer of cargo. Primary, it's crude oil or refined petroleum products. Some of these key functions and purposes of the pump room include one, which is obviously from the name itself, cargo pumping, which is why it's called a cargo pump room. Now the primary function of this is to house the cargo pumps used for transferring liquid cargo in between the ship's tanks and shore facilities or other vessels. Now these pumps are typically high capacity centrifugal pumps and are capable of handling large volumes of liquid cargo. Okay, I'm just gonna play the video while we discuss this, so just not to be just not to keep this video boring. So let's get it on. Now, of course, the cargo heating or cooling, in some cases, the pump room may also contain heating or cooling equipment to adjust the temperature of the cargo as needed. This is particularly important for crude oil and certain refined products that we may need to heat it or facilitate. Now, also another thing that I would just like to tell is that pump room is also responsible for cargo stripping, which means that it's equipped with pumps or stripping systems used to remove any remaining cargo residues or sediments from the tanks during the discharge operations. Now this helps to ensure that the tanks are thoroughly cleaned and ready for the next cargo. In other words, it's from the name itself, the stripping, it really more like strips any remaining residue, because some cargoes, particularly liquid ones, may be very expensive, and the customer needs every drop of it. So yeah. Also, one more thing that I would just like to tell, the pump room is also responsible for monitoring and control, which it houses some monitoring and control systems for monitoring cargo levels, pressures, temperatures, and the like, and flow rates during loading and unloading operations. And it also measures the flow rates. The systems help to ensure that the safe, efficient cargo transfer of operations. Now, also, last but not least, the thing that I would like to say about the pump room is that it also carries some safety equipment. The pump room is also equipped with safety features such as emergency shutdown devices, shutdown systems, fire detection and suppression systems, and ventilation systems to ensure the cargo personnel and cargo in the event of an emergency. Now I'm just gonna pause this one. Now overall, the pump room plays a critical role in the safe and efficient operation of all oil tanker ships, not only sometimes oil tanker ships but also chemical tankers as well, or product tankers. Now they enable the transfer of liquid cargo while maintaining strict safety and environmental standards. So that's the general definition of a pump room, or general definition and purpose of the pump room. Now, as you can see, there are also firefighting devices here on this picture, that which is already visible on this video, as what you are taking look. Take a look at this on the bottom right. This is actually a fire hose. We also have an emergency shutdown. Unfortunately, it's a little bit covered here on this slide, on this area. We also have a safety stretcher here, so in case that there's something an accident occurs. In case an accident occurs, we can just easily strap the person up here and then pull him up here. As you can see, the emergency stretcher here, there's a rope here. You tie up the person here on the stretcher and then put this hose line here, or more like a rope here on this area, and we will simply heave it up for emergency rescue of the, if in case any person gets an accident here down at the pump room. So as you can see here, these are the one on my back here is basically the cargo pump, the blue ones here as well. This one, that is the cargo pump responsible for pumping out the cargo. It's usually very similar to a centrifugal, well, not exactly, it's a centrifugal pump of course, but it's in structure, it's very similar to what do you call this, a Wilden pump, if I recall correct. Now I'm gonna discuss later on what's a Wilden pump, because it's more like a technical jargon here in the maritime. It's basically more like a pneumatic water pump. Think of it as more like a water powered, oh no, not water powered, air powered. It's an air powered pump. So this is our cargo pump number 1, as you can see on the numbers. And yeah, we also have a fire extinguisher here, as you can see here. We also have a fire extinguisher in the cargo pump room. So I'm just gonna, and also an EEBD, which basically means an emergency escape breathing apparatus. It's basically, think of it as a gas mask used only for escaping, not for entering any enclosed space. So this red box here is basically the EEBD. Alright, so let's proceed down further. So yeah, I'm just gonna go down the stairs for a while here. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're just gonna go down a little bit here. Okay, okay, so as you can see here, this is basically the bilge alarm system. So what does this mean? This is basically triggered, or an alarm is triggered if the pump room gets flooded, or in some ways gets flooded. So the water fills up this hole you can see here, and then this is the alarm sensor. So it's more like a flotation sensor, if you if you could look at it closely. Water fills up here, sensor flotation sensors go up, and that's it. An alarm is triggered. So yeah, there we go. See, so this is the bilge alarm or bilge eductor. It's also used as to suck up the it also comes with a suction pipe here. Aside from having an alarm, it also has a suction pipe just in case that the like I said, in case the pump room gets flooded by something like oil and water. It basically sucks up the water and oil somewhere here on this pipe out, and then more like transfer it to somewhere else on the ship. So we also have a number here, that's CL181. So there we go. Alright, we're gonna go for the second one here. We have, oh by the way, we have 2 bilge alarms on the pump room here. One is specifically on each side of the ship. One is for the starboard side, and one is basically for the port side. And yeah, I think the one that we viewed is the starboard side. So, oh yeah, let's go a little bit back here. So this is the bilge alarm. Unfortunately, it's a little bit covered with this pipe, but this is actually the bilge sensor. So yeah, so there are, remember, just 2 bilge alarm sensors here down in the pump room. And there's also, aside from cargo pumps, the pump room also houses the ballast water pumps, which is seen also here. These 2 blue pipe tubes here that you see is basically not this is not a cargo, actually. This is not a cargo pump, but it's, think of it as more like a balance, you know, it's a pump used to balance the ship's stability. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I guess there's nothing more to see here. We've already practically covered oh, sorry about that, I had to sneeze. We practically covered what's down on the pump room. So yeah, we'll probably have to go up now. Okay, so everything else here is basically some pipes and some wheels here that is related to either ballast or cargo. There's no practically switch, just only wheels just to open and close those valves. Anyway, you don't have to worry or be scared on operating those, because you will be instructed if you're going to open or close something there. So you will be instructed on the radio, and there's a specific number to identify those valves. So so it won't be a problem in case you want to shut down or open up something. So I was just adjusting the camera there. So there we go. Yeah, we have a very well, let's just say a very tall pump room, or deep pump room. So I had to go to several stairs there just to get up. No, seriously, if you try to go up and down on that pump room, it will really punish your knees. Anyway, I'm just saying, of course. So there. Well, what else should I? Yeah, I think there's nothing more. We'll just have to go up here. Yeah, we kind of have a very long stairways. Okay, there we go. Basically, this motor is actually the vacuum pump of the ship. It's basically used when we're already this blue little one here you're seeing on the right corner of the screen. It's a vacuum pump. It's used when we're already, say, stripping the cargo on its last what do you call this? On its last residues. So there. The pump room it's not really it's not really that much to look at. It's just a big room with a lot of valves and something. Oh yeah, one more thing. You can see here we also have a fire extinguisher, and of course a gas detector, which is this one that you're looking at. This we use that before entering the pump room because what do you call this? It's something about safety. You don't want to enter in closed space because there might be some trap glasses that might be toxic inside the pump room. So that's the purpose of the gas detector, to detect those toxic gases. And there, that goes our quick pump room. Yeah, a pump room tour here. Also, one more thing that I would just like to tell, when you're entering the pump room or leaving the pump room, you have to call the cargo control room, or just to let them know that you're entering or exiting the pump room, because they kind of record that, and at the same time they know someone is you kind of let them know that someone is going inside the pump room in case of an accident happens. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's covered here. We also have an emergency switch, but I don't think it was I don't think the camera here just caught up the emergency switch buttons. But anyhow, I guess that concludes our vlog for now, for our quick pump room tour. So if you kind of like my video and we want to say anything about comments or suggestions or anything, just let me know and drop down on the comment sections. And if it's not asking too much, I would just like to ask also that you could if you could kindly like and subscribe on my videos. It will really help me a lot in the YouTube algorithm. So again, this is Operator 214. Have a great day, everyone, and see you again on our next recorded recorded vlog sessions. So bye bye. See you around.